How y'all doing? Welcome back. I know I've been slacking. I've just been thinking of ideas and everything. Really, I've been thinking about credit cards, like the credit cards that I have now. I'm pushing about 7 credit cards already within 2 to 3 years. And honestly, that's hella more than I thought I would have. So for now, I'ma just lay low. I'm not really gonna go for nothing for a bit. Unless I see something crazy, I can't help myself. I'm sorry, but I might have to. But whatever. So getting into the video, the first one on my list of credit cards of 2022 is the Blue Cash Preferred. I know I'm starting on the higher end. You do need a 700 or higher for this card, but I just want to start with this one so you can see which kind of cards you guys should be striving for. So the Blue Cash Preferred is going to earn you guys 6% back on groceries on up to $6,000 spent per year. After $6,000, you will not earn 6% no longer. It will just go down to 1%. So after spending $6,000, go ahead and use a different card. You're also going to earn 6% back on streaming, 3% back on transit, 3% back on gas, and then 1% back on everything else. I actually just got this card recently, so yes sir. And the 3% gas and 6% grocery are actually the best parts of this card. But for right now, I actually do have a better card on gas that I'm going to mention later in the video. And the Blue Cash Preferred actually does come with a $95 annual fee. So if you take that into account, if you were to spend $6,000 on groceries, you earn 6% back, which is $360. Now, if you subtract the $95 annual fee from $360, then your profit then only becomes $265. That's still a pretty good profit, along with earning even more on your subcategories. So in all, this card still is a win for me. The second card on my list goes to the Citi Custom Cash. I also just want to mention these cards aren't in any specific order. I just support all of these cards and do believe they belong in most people's wallets. The main objective with the Citi Custom Cash, I believe, is to use this card alongside 1 to 2 other credit cards, because this card is pretty much your makeup card. So with the Citi Custom Cash, whatever your top spend category is, you're gonna earn 5% back on up to $500 spent for that month. After spending $500, again, you no longer receive the 5% back. So every month I would choose which categories between gas, groceries, etc. you want to use this card for. Only make those specific type of purchases and then move to your backup card from there. If you are curious, the 5% back does equate to 2,500 MR points, which are Citi's thank you points. You can then redeem them for roughly 1 cent per point when using cash back, which would make you 25 bucks pretty much every month. On to the third and my favorite card on this list, and I think everyone needs to have it, is the Chase Freedom Flex. So as I mentioned earlier, I did have a card that beat my Blue Cash Preferred on gas, and that would be my Chase Freedom Flex. So when I first applied for this card, there was actually a welcome bonus along with 5% back on all gas for my entire first year of ownership on up to $6,000 spent. After $6,000, I'll go ahead and switch to the Blue Cash Preferred. This card then also earns 5% back on rotating categories that change every 3 months, depending on what Chase decides for them to be. You can then also earn 5% back on travel purchased through Chase Ultimate Rewards, 3% on dining at restaurants, including takeout and eligible delivery services, 3% on drugstore purchases, and then 1% on everything else. So here's an example from 2021, and as you can see, there's always a point in the year where those top spend gas, grocery, and even streaming categories show up. You may just have to wait for it, but that's also where a card like the Citi Custom Cash can become so beneficial in the meantime. Alright y'all, so the next card I wanted to mention is actually not just one card. It can vary between multiple choices of cards, but pretty much any card that is going to give you standard 2% back on everything is the way to go. Just to name a few, you could choose between the SoFi credit card, the Citi Double Cash, and even the fairly new Wells Fargo Active Cash card. The differences really come down to your relationship with each bank and how you view or might even benefit sticking to one bank over another. Personally, I've been going the direction of fintech banks, so a card like the SoFi credit card would be the most beneficial to me just for the alternate banking aspects and investments. A bonus card on this list, but not one I would add to the top credit cards, would be the Apple Card. The sole reason I've actually not gotten the SoFi credit card or any other 2% back card is due to already having my Apple credit card. I do have a full review of the Apple Card on my channel, so if you'd like to check that out, go ahead and click up here. But to keep this short, with the Apple Card, anytime I use Apple Pay, I'm receiving 2% back. On to the fifth card of 2022, it's going to be the Amazon Prime Rewards card. I was actually a little skeptical about this one at first, but lately I've been using Amazon for almost everything I buy, and I could just see the amount of savings I'd have right now if I had this card. Through the Amazon Prime Rewards, you're gonna earn 5% back on everything at Amazon and 5% back at all Whole Foods locations, along with 2% back at restaurants, gas, and drugstores. Now the card is technically free, but you must have an Amazon Prime membership to get it. So if you count that in, theoretically the card has a $140 annual fee. I wouldn't personally count that though, just because I don't even have the card and I've still been paying for Amazon Prime for years. So to me, and most likely like millions of others, that wouldn't really change anything. So the final card on my list of best credit cards that you need in your wallet for 2022, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, go ahead, subscribe, hit the notification bell, go follow me on Instagram, man. I don't know, do anything. I appreciate all you guys' support. Thank you so much. But the final card is gonna be the American Express Gold Card. I know this one seems overhyped, you know, everyone and their mamas be having this card, but there is a reason to that. I'm letting y'all know right now, there is definitely a reason to that. To start off, this card does have a $250 annual fee. Yes, a $250 annual fee, but there's always a minimum of a 60,000 point bonus that I've seen, sometimes going all the way up to 100,000. But with all the perks and benefits that this card has, just I want to keep that in mind. With the gold card, you're also going to earn 4x at restaurants, 4x at supermarkets, on up to 25,000 per year, 4x with Uber Eats, 3x on flights through Amex, and then 1x on everything else. So along with all of those benefits, the gold card also gives you $10 in Uber cash and dining every month that you must use. Those credits do not roll over, so if you end up not using $10 one month, it will not become $20 the next. You're still only gonna have $10 and have wasted $10 in the previous month. And for the dining credits, you will have to enroll to take advantage, and they only work in select locations. So $10 monthly to use at either Grubhub.com, the Cheesecake Factory, Goldbelly, Wine.com, Milk Bar, and select Shake Shack locations. The great thing with Amex though and how their points work is, unlike the previous cards I've mentioned in this video, with Amex and similar to Chase, you're getting a certain value of points multiplied depending on your purchase. So if you spend $150 at the grocery store, you're gonna get 600 points in value. And as I mentioned in the beginning, there's always a minimum of a 60,000 point bonus that I've seen. So at a minimum of 1 cent per point, you're getting $600 in value for spending $4,000 in 6 months. As long as you use this card for everyday use, you should automatically hit that and in theory get a free $600. But remember, there's a $250 annual fee. So $250 from your $600 still makes your net profit $350 just for using this card. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I know I haven't posted that often, but I am working on organizing a lot more things in my life, and that does include my videos moving forward. So I'm gonna catch you on the next one.